Okay, so let's talk about security management. It's a massive puzzle, right? You've got people, different locations, unexpected incidents. It's a lot to juggle. Today, we're going to break down how technology is finally piecing it all together. And really, it all boils down to this one simple question. I mean, we hire security guards to be our eyes and ears, to watch over things. But who's watching them? How can you be sure you can trust the very system that's supposed to be protecting you? That's the huge problem we're digging into here.
All right, so the first piece of this security puzzle sounds super simple, but trust me, it's a huge headache. Just proving that a guard is actually where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there.
This has been a problem in the industry forever. You've heard of buddy punching, right? Where one guard just clocks in for their friend who isn't even there. Or maybe the guard just isn't on site at all. These things create enormous security risks. So the real question is, how do you absolutely guarantee that the person on duty is the right person and they're in the right place? Well, the solution is all about layers of digital proof. Think about it. You use AI-powered face recognition to instantly confirm who's clocking in. Poof, buddy punching is gone. Or you have guards physically tap their phone on an NFC tag or scan a QR code that's unique to that specific location. You can't fake that. And even if they're all sharing one device, you can lock it down in a special kiosk mode. See, it's all about taking the guesswork completely out of the equation. And man, this is just a night and day difference from the old way of doing things. We're talking about going from paper logbooks that, let's be honest, are super easy to fake, to creating a digital perimeter with geofencing. The second a guard walks into that zone with their device, bam, they're clocked in, they're verified. It's instant, it's accurate, and it gives you a level of real-time oversight that was just pure science fiction a few years ago.
Okay, so we've solved the "are they there" problem. We've established presence. But what happens when, something actually happens? Let's move on to the next big piece of the puzzle, getting smart, real-time info from the field. Just imagine it for a second. An incident kicks off. Things are chaotic, confusing. Getting crystal clear, accurate info from the person on the scene back to the control room is absolutely critical. And the old way? Relying on frantic phone calls and scribbled paper reports that show up hours later, it's just too slow, and you always end up with missing pieces. This is where the digital occurrence book comes in, and it's a total game changer. The guard on site logs the incident right there on their device. They can snap photos, record video, add notes, all as it's happening. The second they hit submit, the control room gets an alert. And get this, a full report, sometimes even with local police contacts, is just generated automatically. It's a perfect, unbroken chain of information from the scene to the office. So now the command center has this incredible bird's eye view of everything. They're not just sitting around waiting for a phone to ring. Nope, they're actively monitoring. They get an alert if a site is understaffed. They can see who's about to hit overtime. They can even jump into a specific chat for that site and talk directly to the guards. This is the big shift, right? Moving from being reactive to being truly proactive. All right, so we've got guards on site. We've got real-time info flowing in. That brings us to the third massive challenge. All the behind-the-scenes stuff, the huge administrative nightmare of actually running the whole operation. And honestly, this is the best way to describe it. Trying to schedule a security team is exactly like playing a game of high-stakes Tetris. You're trying to fit all these pieces together, different sites, crazy shift patterns, who's available, who's not, last-minute callouts. If you make one wrong move, you've got a massive gap in your security. It is a total logistical nightmare. So how do you win this game of Tetris? With smart scheduling software. This stuff is amazing. It can build out those complicated schedules, it keeps a whole roster of standby guards ready for emergencies, and it can automatically find and assign an available guard to an open shift. Basically, it makes sure you always have perfect coverage, and it takes human error right out of the picture. And it doesn't stop there, because the system connects everything. It handles all your leave requests, vacation, sick days, you name it. It manages the whole approval process and calculates the balances automatically. And then, and this is the beautiful part, it takes those verified timesheets we talked about earlier and uses them to create perfectly accurate invoices. It's a seamless pipeline from the guard on the ground straight to the finance department. And the cherry on top? All of this data, from every incident report to every leave request, gets bundled up into automated reports. These summaries just land right in your inbox on a schedule. No more chasing people down for updates. Just consistent, reliable info right when you need it.
Okay, so we've got proof of presence, we've got real-time intelligence, and we've got command and control. Now for the final and maybe most powerful piece, making all these different systems actually talk to each other to create something bigger. The magic ingredient that makes this all happen is something called a webhook. Now, don't let the techie name scare you. The digital tripwire idea is perfect. Just think of it this way. When something specific happens in one app, it trips a wire that instantly sends a message to a completely different app. And this is where it gets really cool, because the real-world uses are awesome. Imagine a supervisor getting a WhatsApp alert on their phone the exact second a guard scans a QR code on their patrol. Or what if the whole team got an instant notification in Slack whenever a serious incident is logged? This lets a company plug this system into all the other tools they're already using. Everything just works together.
Oh, and by the way, this whole connected system isn't just for staff. You can even manage your visitors with it. You can issue smart QR codes for them to get in, and these codes can be set to expire after a certain time or after they've been scanned once. It's a whole new level of control over who's coming and going.
And that brings us full circle, right back to where we started, that big question of trust. But now the question looks a little different, doesn't it? When technology gives you perfect visibility, when it can prove someone was there, streamline every report, and show you the whole operation at a glance, does that change how we think about trust? Maybe it builds a new kind of trust, one that's not just based on a gut feeling, but on cold, hard, verifiable data. And that's something to really think about.